Welcome to Casting the Casters, and here we have T90 official playing in the blue as the Burgundians up against Yellow Jacket playing in the red as the Slavs. And we missed a little bit of conversation. T90 dropped the good luck, have fun. Yellow Jacket responded with, "You're not casting Warlords?" Question mark, which was my question mark today when I tried to jump on and watch T90 casting Warlords, but can't get away from the T90 content. If we can't watch his content, we will make content with him. You can't get away from me, T90. Just kidding, you can, really. You do all the time. But anyway, T90 playing as the Burgundians. This is Arabia. It seems like a fairly wallable version of Arabia. This upper portion of T90's base is pretty wide open. His berries are towards the back. He's got a nice gigantic wood line on the southern side of his base here, as well as one in the front. Berries in the back, gold on that open side, however. For Yellow Jacket, we have gold forward, berries forward-ish, but berries probably pretty wallable position, no matter how aggressive, with some walls here, here, and here. But a nice back wood line, which T90 does not have. I would say the base layouts favor really neither player too much. Maybe T90 ever so slightly, except that wood line, if archers come into play, which these are not archer civs, but this wood line, if crossbows are in play, suddenly becomes a little dire, because it's not 1, 2, 3. Yeah, once you get crossbows with like 6 range or whatever, or these chop a little bit, that wood line gets in danger for crossbows. But we have Burgundians versus Slavs, so why are we talking about crossbows? These are two civs which you're not really expecting to see archers. Burgundians, what's so special about them? Well, they get their eco techs 1 age earlier and majorly discounted. I don't know if that got changed to 40% off. It used to be 50% off. I think it's still 50% off. 1 age earlier and 50% cheaper for the eco upgrades. On the other side, the Slavs have the fastest farm rate in the game, along with some very good infantry in the late game with Drazina, and cheap castles after the first castle and a tech is researched, which replaces 20% of the castle's cost, maybe 30% or 40%, who knows these days. It's hard to keep up with the exact percentages on balance patches, but it replaces a significant portion of the castle's cost with wood, so that makes the castles a lot cheaper. Yellow Jacket already has this walled up. I like the recognition for him to see, hey, that's easy to wall up. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. He's dropping the barracks at this point with 4 on wood. That means likely a men-at-arms play. T90 also with 4 on wood, also dropping the barracks. Looks like a men-at-arms play from both as Yellow Jacket housed there briefly, grabbing loom, and now the house is up. So not quite what you want to see. Oh no, just short, just short. 3. Okay, 3 food short. How annoying is that? T90 walling up the front of his base. So both players going for the men-at-arms play. Yellow Jacket has some goats here that he hasn't found. T90 did not steal them. He may think so, but T90 did not steal them. He left them there. Yellow Jacket just hasn't found them. This is probably the best play to do, right? If you don't want to help your opponent out by sending the goats in for him, just leave them there and be nice about it. If you don't want to, it's fine. It's part of the game to lame. I don't have a problem with it, although it's really annoying sometimes. But, you know, I don't really see that it's a thing you shouldn't ever do. You're trying to win. It's ranked. It's not casual. I mean, for these guys, it's casual. The guys who get to play in tournaments, but we don't get to play in tournaments. So every game's a tournament game for us. Okay, not really, obviously. T90 finishing up the walls on the front of his base. He can drop some walls down here and be pretty well protected. This gold, though, is going to be a little awkward. He sneaks the militia around here. I feel like he's maybe going with more of defensive militia. Now he's headed forward, of course. But Yellow Jacket Up to the feudal age, a villager faster than T90. So getting there just a bit quicker, but with a couple more seconds, literally 2 more seconds of idle TC time. Men-at-Arms is going to come in a lot faster for Yellow Jacket as well. T90, though, getting his Bowsaw upgrade. Yellow Jacket doesn't even have double bit axe. That's the strength of the Burgundians. Now, T90 wasn't paying a whole lot of attention here and didn't notice these men-at-arms coming. And, yeah, went ahead forward with his when he should have been fighting at home. These gold miners, it's going to be awkward for this gold miner. And over here on the wood line, T90's having to do small walls here and there. And he's going to have trouble getting these 2 villagers home. T90, though, onto the berries of Yellow Jacket, removing the villagers of Yellow Jacket. Doesn't kill any. Both players going into archers in the feudal age. 2 cavalry civs going into archers. So, I think somehow or another, something needs to change. I don't know what needs to change. But it's always archers in the feudal age. Doesn't matter what your civ is, you're always going archers in the feudal age. You might want to, yeah, try to jump in there. Yeah. Well done by T90, getting the quick walls up. Actually knocking down one of these men-at-arms, so he'll be able to delete those. Yellow Jacket also getting the quick walls up, so the KD 1-to-1, no economy killed just yet. Each player has killed 1 unit of the opponents. That was a scout for T90 and a men-at-arms on the other side. The scout is a little more important, obviously, than a men-at-arms. And these skirmishers aren't going to do a whole lot just yet, although they actually get massive damage because they baited the enemy units in underneath town center. Now, this is what I like to do if I'm playing a non-archer civ and I'm playing archers with them. Ooh, not this. Not lose villagers. I like to go skirmishers and boom, as much as possible. It's kind of a hard thing to do. 2 men-at-arms, still enough to cause some problems over here for T90. And T90 really not able to do a whole lot. Now he's sending these sheep home, these goats home. Figures it's been long enough, they're mine now. This villager, what is going on, my dude? Don't know what was happening there. T90 might have been microing up here. I think he was. Loses another villager. And just 1 man-at-arms left here for Yellow Jacket. But he's gotten 2 villager kills. Please don't make it 3. Okay. Not going to make it 3. But does get 2. Now T90's got an archer out here. So he's got a couple men-at-arms and skirmishers heading in to try to find some damage. But Yellow Jacket has a nice-sized army of archers. Enough to really deal with this little squad of units for T90 quite effectively. Second archer range coming in, so 2 archery ranges with a cavalry civ. I'm telling you, something must be done. I don't know how to address this because I think you can't nerf crossbowmen or arbalisters much more without them being pretty underwhelming. But somehow scouts are just not good enough. Too easy to deal with. Scouts, though. Okay, I love it. There are scouts. It's archer scout for Yellow Jacket. T90 going 2 range archers. And this is awkward. Villager takes out the men-at-arms. Going to go ahead and build that house. But, yeah, realizes I've got to get out of here. Tower coming down for T90. It's a good play. You can see, though, he didn't get it done in time, and T90 is scrambling at this point. Definitely scrambling. He doesn't have the type of military he needs to be able to push this back. The tower didn't go up. He doesn't have enough skirmishers. There's scouts on the field as well. This is really bad. Now, Yellow Jacket needs to make sure this tower doesn't go up. I would sit under this tower, perhaps. I don't know, maybe not, but sitting on that tower, that's T90's gold. I guess there's this one over here, but now T90's going to rush out and finish that tower. And Yellow Jacket is going to get in on the wood line, though. And there is a scout over here. This is awkward. This is really awkward for T90. He can't hide. He's got to run. Okay, he's trying to take this fight, but there's scouts here. Does push away the archers, though, with the skirmishers. And the one archer, all that's there to deal much damage. More and more villagers dropping for T90. He's lost 4, now 5 villagers. And Yellow Jacket has a 15 to 12, 16, 13 KD. It's a much better KD. Now, the numbers aren't adding up. So, T90 has killed one more unit than... Sorry, has lost one more unit. Maybe he lost a unit to a boar or a wolf. T90 didn't know what his farmer was doing out there, and that is a good question. Sometimes villager pathing, probably on the way from the farm to the town center, got caught up out here. Not sure how, but he probably did. Yellow Jacket on the way to the Castle Age. T90 gonna be heading up pretty soon, but Yellow Jacket on the way up and already trying to get a forward position with siege, but he doesn't have the military right now. T90 pushing back with 11 to 5 military, and it's a lot of counter units. T90 might get himself a Vil kill here. Maybe trying. Gets one. T90 gets himself a Vil kill, but Yellow Jacket gets the tower up. Much better time on his gold. So, really similar situations, except T90 has lost 6 villagers. Yellow Jacket, 1. Big army lead now for T90, but Yellow Jacket has a minute and a half till he's got knights on the way. And once knights come out for the Slavs, what are you going to do? Another villager goes down, though, for Yellow Jacket. Let's make it 3 in total. So this is awkward. He's got to abandon this wood line, running away with everything. So it's awkward. It's awkward for Yellow Jacket. So T90 has swarmed his military forward, but isn't up to the Castle Age yet. Not even clicked up yet. And knights are going to be coming out in 30 seconds, about 60 seconds, and we're going to have 2 or 3 knights on the field. T90 is tracking this villager group that Yellow Jacket ran from one woodline to another. T90 was able to track it with a couple spare archers. More villagers going to go down. It's now 4 to 6, but Yellow Jacket in the Castle Age and on T90's woodline. T90 looks like there was a big fight here. I think that was the earlier one. Another villager goes down, though. No? Looked like another villager went down, but maybe not. T90 on the woodline of Yellow Jacket. He hasn't noticed this secondary force. Yellow Jacket just notices this one. Just now noticing this other force here on the right-hand side. So T90's archers finding massive value. Massive value. Now T90 ahead in the Eco KD 9 to 6. But still not on the way to the Castle Age. Just now clicking up. As soon as this villager's done, he'll be on the way up. And going crossbowman, it looks like. Crossbowman against knights on the way. Like I said, here are 4 knights on the field. This army by T90 gets completely clapped by 4 knights. T90 uses the remainder of his stone to drop this stone wall. It does not complete, and there's a gaping hole. It's not going to be up in time. It's going to need some quick walls, T90. See it, notice it. Okay, he does. I think he does. Yes. Oh, the villager goes to the outside, notices it. This villager's on the outside. Can T90... Ooh, he does. Nicely done with the quick walls by T90, dropping a house behind those 2 palisade walls. The knights, though, probably going to get in. Yeah, I take it back. Take it back, T90. Quick walling like a madman, keeping these knights outside of his base. Now bringing archer production behind the walls. There's archers on his villagers. T90 looping back around, though, on the other side with his 10 archers back in on the woodline for Yellow Jacket. So both players have archers on their woodlines, but that's 10 for T90. That's definitely going to be some more vills killed. It's another 2 down for Yellow Jacket. Might end up being 3, might not. We'll see. T90's really hunting that villager down, and Yellow Jacket coming home with his military. T90's forced him to come home, and T90 is 5 villagers ahead. 5 villagers ahead. With 6 more villager kills and about the same 30 seconds less TC idle time. 4 villagers ahead. T90 now getting crossbow and switching into knights. So it's going to be knight crossbow just right out the gate for T90. double walling up his base as he needs to here, and trying to keep this little army alive until crossbow comes in. It's gonna survive. Crossbow's gonna make it in. That's a lot of knights already out for Yellow Jacket. 9 knights are out for Yellow Jacket. However, TC idle time, not so hot. T90 though, he's got horse color bowsaw he's had for a long time. Bodkin coming in, Town Watch coming in. The armor and husbandry coming in for Yellow Jacket. A second town center being added just now. It's a fairly even game. T90's got the walls up on his base, so he probably could go about adding town centers himself, but he doesn't have any stone. Here they come. The knights have arrived. T90 dives back in. As soon as the knights arrive, T90 is able to dive back in, but there's a town center on this woodline now. The knights going back to T90's base. Forward siege, though. So knight siege is what we're going to get. But these 2 knights going to sneak out. Ooh, wow. Big play by T90. Very big play. That's crazy. Just slipping out, catching this villager off guard completely. How did he know? Hacks confirmed, guys. Hacks confirmed. T90 recognized it. Deer patch. Probably the deer patch. Alright, honestly. These players are wild sometimes. T90 gonna be losing this crossbow army, but did a little bit of damage with it. Definitely put some HP loss on those knights. Still, though, pretty far behind in military. 3 knights and 8 crossbowmen up against the 9 crossbowmen and 3 archers, I guess. T90's got 2 knights just hanging out in Yellow Jacket's base. Yellow Jacket's eco is very idle, though. T90 definitely causing a lot more distraction for Yellow Jacket. Very even fight here. 1 versus 2, though. So T90's definitely going to be losing this knight. Second town center now being added by T90. Nice positioning there. Giving him a woodline and adding monks in. That's important. Right here. Monks are going to make a massive difference. Since he was able to deny that forward siege workshop, T90 bought himself all kinds of time, switching now into more knights. And heading forward. Going to continue to head forward or not? Has to add some quick walls. Couple of archers here now. Also for Yellow Jacket. His few archers. T90 is heading forward. No siege workshop was added at home. So it's an interesting play. He never ended up adding one at all. Monastery's here for Yellow Jacket as well, so Yellow Jacket realizes the situation, wants to get some monks out of his own. It's 3 town centers now for Yellow Jacket. This army is all split up for T90 now, trying to sneak its way away. Wouldn't have been surprised to see T90 just snag a relic there for fun, but might have just added more micro. T90, you've got to snipe off the scouts. He's going for the scouts with the crossbows. Doesn't get them. He forgot to click the second scout, but he gets 1 conversion. Gets 2 conversions. T90 ends with 2 conversions, so that monk did get a conversion beforehand. And the other thing the Burgundians can do, Cavalier in the Castle Age. So Cavalier incoming. 3rd town center on the way down. T90 is pretty much even in the military. 5 knights versus 6, but it's Cavalier on the way. This fight not going in his favor, but he's got monks. He's got monks. This isn't a position where Yellow Jacket can really do anything decisive. Another conversion? No, no more conversions. T90 just going to heal up these knights. So 5 knights. He's heading in. I like this. This is how you play knights. You always keep some knights at your opponent's base. Try to keep them busy. It's not a one-dimensional push. It's an every-dimensional push. And T90 looking at that castle, probably. Coustelier, very powerful unit. T90 runs into the town center fire and runs back away, not finding anything there. Cavalier is out now. And yet, these are Cavalier that are not as good as most people's Cavalier. That's true. They are missing the HP upgrade. However, they're still Cavalier. If you look at the Knights, 120 versus 120. 12 plus 1 versus 10. plus 0 in this case. So basically what you get with the Cavalier is you get an extra 2 attack compared to the knights of your opponent. Although this fight's not going in T90's favor. He's got to get more numbers. He's got monks here and no conversions. Okay, no conversions just yet. 4th town center being added now by Yellow Jacket. T90 streaming forward. Not streaming forward, sorry. Just here, there, just heading around. Getting conversions, though, is Yellow Jacket. Defensive castle for T90, so he's playing the long game. Next castle is going to need to be added probably here or here. Or even out front here would be a great spot to secure this gold. It's T90 probably going to be going into more and more castles, but the Slavs have the very cheap castles. Fourth town center now being added by T90. It's got to get up in a hurry, though, as there are 11 knights headed that way, and T90 just doesn't have the production. But the economy is really still about the same. Oh, there's a hole. There is absolutely a hole here, guys. T90, is he going to notice? Oh, my goodness, he notices. Unbelievable. No, he hasn't noticed. But Yellow Jacket's not noticing either. He gets a Vil kill, but that's not what you need right here. T90 notices. Gets that walled up. Garrison's inside the TC. There's fights on the other side. I was just checking on this. And big fight over here. Looks like Yellow Jacket. Not too much going on over there. Yellow Jacket's going to be looking at punching a hole through these house walls back here, but I don't think he's going to be able to. T90's got villagers headed back that way. And yeah, 2 villagers there. Gonna be plenty to keep that alive. And T90's gonna lose all of his monks. Does get a conversion, though, for his troubles, but gonna lose it right back. Doesn't lose all his monks. Goes ahead and dives on the monks. And gonna kill the monks of Yellow Jacket. So, lots of conversions. I don't know who's got the conversion win here. The KD is 67 to 50 in favor of T90, and he is forward with this next castle on this flank where he keeps pushing over and over and over, because you got a gold, and a stone over here. There's, yeah, a gold back here, but and a stone up here, but this stone's very exposed, and this gold pretty important along with this gold for Yellow Jackets. Pretty good position for T90 as he heads in, going after the monks repeatedly, not messing around. Probably going to be switching now into Coustelier along with the Cavalier, with 2 castles now up, and yes, indeed, it's Coustelier. Very good unit. Look at these guys carrying their long pike-looking things. Not really a spear, because look at the blade on the end of that. It's more like a billhook. If you played... What is the game? Yeah, and they don't use it like a spear. They use it like a sword. Like a very longish sword thing. That's a lot of knights, though, for Yellow Jacket. T90's got to be careful. He's gotten himself up to about a 12 villager lead, but that is a lot of knights for his opponent. Oh, Medieval 2, that's the game. If you played Medieval 2, you remember maybe the Billman and that you can get. That's what this kind of looks like. That was an infantry unit, but this looks like the same weapon. Basically a sword on the end of a stick. The great thing about Coustelier, look at this, 8 plus 21 damage. They come in, they can hit so hard and then run away. Now, where they're a little weaker is in a stand-up fight. You can see only 8 plus 1 attack now, and only 115 HP. And only 1 Pierce Armor, so not the best unit after that initial attack, but great rating unit. Just a little bit weaker in every stat than like a regular Cavalier. But they have that massive early hit. Ooh, another castle for T90. I like that. Now, neither player is headed toward the Imperial Age just yet, but both players could head up pretty soon. Yellow Jacket trying to add a castle here. Big fight coming in. And I don't really know which way this fight's going. Like I said, the Coustelier don't do well in stand-up fights. But at the same time, Yeah, you can see it's edging in favor. Now edging in favor of Yellow Jacket, this fight is. Castle, though, added for T90, and a few more units, I think, being brought in by T90. Yeah, the Custelier, good at the initial part of the fight, but then they fall off rather quickly after that first hit. Very even game so far, but I think T90 has the advantage to push it home from here if he doesn't make any mistakes. His eco's a lot better, his position's a lot better with 2 forwardish castles. This castle was supposed to secure this area for Yellow Jacket, and sort of done so, but this castle by T90 is almost on top of that area. T90 should, I think, idle everything and just go up from here. 130 villagers. It's enough for a while. 50 farmers and 30 on gold. Just idle and go on up. Yellow Jacket needs to do the same thing, or go all in. One person should go all in. It's 2 castles versus the 1. I think Yellow Jacket needs to go all in and get into T90's farming eco. Just gotta go and get into that farming eco. I don't think you're not gonna take a fight any other way. You can't just go up. She's doing very quickly. And T90 is hanging out. T90 loves to go all in the castle age, and I think that's what he's going to do, is he adds more villagers. Well, he's just adding villagers. He's not adding military. Yellow Jacket on the way to the Imperial Age. T90 adding another. I like this. He got quick walls ready to go. Something you can do if you're not quite the speediest player like Viper. Get your quick walls ready before you build the castle. Very good thing to do. Castle coming up. Now, there's holes all over now for T90. His eco's not protected. He's getting in, though, all over Yellow Jacket's eco as Yellow Jacket begins to wall up. The eco KD now 48 to 11. You can see Yellow Jacket trying to do a more linear push, and T90 keeping the aggression up with these little tiny raids really paid off. T90 also on the way up to the Imperial Age now. 2 minutes and 20 seconds versus 1.5 minutes to go. These knights run into the castle, find out T90 now has that side defended as well. So with 4 castles, T90 now pumping out Custelier. And just keeps hitting this gold mine over and over and over. And this gold mine almost used up. You can see Custelier just shred villagers. And even pikemen aren't the best because it's a low HP unit. Custelier do bad against high HP units. The low HP units, they overkill worse, but they just smush them so quickly. T90 adding watchtowers. He probably could get guard tower if he's going to do this. Just trying to deny resources from Yellow Jacket and keep Yellow Jacket tied in as little area as possible. And Yellow Jacket in the Imperial Age. Trebuchet is going to be coming out immediately, and a lot of pikemen. Another castle being added by Yellow Jacket. T90 gonna be able to get in. Oh, he's accidentally misclicked the castle itself. He's not getting the Vil kills. That's not good. He has pulled the pikemen away over here, and he's just gonna lose these. In the end, now T90's up to the Imperial Age. So 1 trebuchet versus both these castles producing Custelier. Needs to be trebs very soon. Getting infantry upgrades. So T90 is making a pike switch as well. And no trebs just yet. First attack upgrade just now coming in for Yellow Jacket. Tells you how this game's been going. The attack upgrade's not as key, not as important. Trebs do drop for Yellow Jacket. He's going to have trouble getting his trebs up. T90 Elite Custelier on the way. Isn't making trebs yet. This is very surprising to me. I would expect a treb and a treb to start on this castle. Not happening. Elite Custelier, plate barding armor, chainmail armor. So he is... Oh, no. No, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. It's going to be Flemish Revolution. Oh, my goodness. Forget trebuchets. He's going to start adding trebuchets here in a bit, but he's going Flemish Revolution. He's got 200 pop. He's... Oh, no way, dude. and it's going to take this Halb switch completely out of play. He needs Trebs, though. T90 always says this. You got to have Trebs. He's getting all his upgrades in. Blast Furnace. There it is. Flemish Revolution. The button. Guys, the button. He's clicked the button. Boom. It's in 163 military. And Yellow Jacket realizes, and he just laughs. And here they come. Trebs, though. T90, you always say make 5 Trebs first. Where are your 5 Trebs? I don't get that. No 5 Trebs for... Still no Trebs. And these bad boys, pretty good. 75 hit points, 12 plus 4 attack, bonus damage versus cavalry. So the Boyar's good unit. Not what you need against these bad boys. Nothing. Nothing is what you need against these guys. They're actually quite good. And you can then create them out of your town centers. T90 has town centers everywhere. I don't understand why he didn't... Okay, now he's making the Trebs. Thank you, T90. Now, as long as Yellow Jacket doesn't die in the next 3 minutes, it might not be that bad of a situation. But if you look... Yeah, he calls the GG. If you look, T90 has 9 town centers pumping out villagers. He'll be back up to popped very soon. Well played from T90. Flemish Revolution at its finest. Let's check the statistics in this game. You can see T90 with that eco stats, just very nicely done. And military, only 198. Army high, great KD. A lot, very nice play, though. Even without the Flemish Revolution, the game was over for T90. I was very confused why I wasn't making Trebs, but he explained it. You can see over here. Yeah, population-wise, just boom. Society stats, T90 did end up with 163 villagers. APM, Yellow Jacket a little faster than T90, but not that fast. Not like crazy fast. Definitely not slow. 75 and T90 59. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed watching T90 do the Flemish Revolution. If you did, drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe. If not, that's fine. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.